NCAA basketball on ESPN. 20 years of great memories.
He has 7 of the 16 points, and here's a
Hello! What else can he do? Oh, is he a superstar? Oh, yes, they're jumping with joy. Here's the super senior, taking it in. He's sliding and gliding, lays it up, says count it.
The tradition continues with an ACC doubleheader. First, NC State takes on Duke. Then at 9, Wake Forest takes on Maryland. But first from Tobacco Road, it's the Wolfpack and the Blue Devils. Tip-off from Cameron Indoor Stadium is next. It's coming, the phenomenon.
From Cameron Indoor Stadium, it's ACC basketball with the top 2 teams in the conference. North Carolina State at 12-2, Duke coming in at 13-2. The Blue Devils have won 26 ACC games in a row, one of 3 major streaks they're riding, and that's just one short of the Wolfpack's all-time record. Good evening, everybody. Mike Patrick along with Dick Vitale. It's great to have you with us. NC State would like to keep that 25-year-old record intact, and Dick, tonight they might have a shot.
Well, Mike, great being with you again, but I'll tell you this, they do have a shot. They do a great job on the defensive end. Something's got to give, as they say. We got the best defense in the conference against the best offense. Defensively, when you look at Thornton, Inge, and Wilkins, they do a phenomenal job rebounding, and they really attack the glass.
Take a look at the NC State lineup, and they have gotten a lot of production out of these kids. Anthony Grundy now leads the team in scoring at almost 15 a game. He comes off a career-high 30 against Wake Forest. For Duke, Carlos Boozer has given the team the presence they need in the middle, offense as well, averaging 17.5 points a game in his last 8 games. Let's go down the courtside, check in with our colleague Brad Doherty. Brad.
Thanks, Mike. As you mentioned, North Carolina State's defense is very good. They'll have a difficult task tonight, though, stopping Carlos Boozer on the inside, who has improved dramatically. I think they'll use a little bit of body from Damon Thornton with Kenny Eames coming from the weak side to help. It's going to be a tough task no matter what, but it should be a heck of a basketball game. Back to you, Mike.
And that is a young man playing center out of necessity. He was a forward in high school. He's big enough to play in the middle, 6'9", 260.
I tell you, he's very offensively skilled on the interior. Came off that broken foot, took him a little while. Had 25 points, Mike, in a big win over Michigan on the road.
Thornton against Boozer. NC State will control.
Unheralded, unreally sung is the little guy with the basketball, Justin Gainey.
Gainey getting a little more rest this year than he has for the entirety of his career. You remember one year in the ACC tournament, he played every minute of 4 games. Long-range jump shot by Grundy is no good, and here comes the freshman Williams. He dishes it off. That shot's blocked inside. Thornton got back in a hurry and got a piece.
They got some people that'll go after the basketball with Thornton and Inge.
Duke with a steal. It's a 3-on-1. Carroll.
What a great pass. He would be my MVP of the conference if I voted today. Chris Carroll has been sensational all year long, Mike.
And your second place vote would probably have to go to Shane Battier.
I couldn't agree more.
Excellent interior defense. Gainey tried to drive, had 3 guys in his face when he forced it up.
Duke not only excels on the offensive end, they force numerous turnovers with their defense, which lead to a lot of offensive scores.
Great passing as well as Carroll gets the pass from Jason Williams, 4-0 Blue Devils. Steve Wojciechowski, Dick, told me before the game that as long as we can convince Jason Williams, who was not a point guard in high school, that the conventional passes will give him 11 or 12 assists a game, we're going to be in great shape.
He's got a brilliant future. He's got a great upside.
Thornton under pressure. It's blocked by Boozer. Inge. NC State is going to worry about a quick Duke run here.
Carroll moves so well without the basketball. We talk often about how that's a lost art in the game, but not in the Duke uniform. They got a lot of motion.
Battier down low to Carroll for the layup.
I'll tell you, he's done it all. He can play on the inside, the outside. What really makes him special, they go on a road, they beat Maryland, and he scores 25. They beat Virginia, he gets 20.
And Herb Sendek has already seen enough. 6-0 after 2 minutes and 6 seconds at Duke. 6-0 Duke. Dick, so far they're running a clinic.
Yeah, really are. They're showing how to get the ball out in transition. Chris Carrawell filling the break, 45-degree angle. Now we see a little shuffle cut, great diagonal cut. Now we see the post up on the interior. Brilliant play. I want to ask Brad Doherty. Brad, you had to come in here as a player. What is it really like coming to Cameron Indoor Stadium with the Cameron crazies going bananas? What is the feeling of a player coming here trying to play on this floor?
Well, the tough thing, Dick, obvious, is to come in and try to focus. It's really difficult with all the distractions. And what you have to do is stick with your offense. Go to what you practice every day. Try to get some production out of it so you score and you relax and get into the game. If you struggle early, you can get blown out of this place.
That's what NC State is worried about right now, the steal. Nate James, 8-0.
I'll tell you, all the veterans have stepped up. There are a lot of places I've been, Mike, that have a lot of enthusiasm, but there is only one that is absolutely the best in America when it's what's the word, Mike?
Intimidating?
Yeah, intimidating, baby.
60th anniversary of Cameron Indoor Stadium. Thornton kicks it outside. Grundy goes into the corner, and Thornton finally gets NC State on the board.
Nice little penetration, created the opportunity for Thornton, made the open shot. Now they got to come down with a stop. They have not been able to make a stop on a defensive end.
And they've all been layups. Boozer lost the dribble, somehow got it back. Nice anticipation by Grundy, and he gets the steal. The sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky.
Had 30 against Wake Forest in a blowout over Wake.
Gainey thought he had a layup coming inside. Instead, it's the 4th turnover for North Carolina State.
There's the steal by Nate James, just playing in a passing lane. Overplays, steps in, anticipates well, and then finishes with the jam.
Battier seems to be comfortable inside and outside. The missed shot, the rebound to Gainey.
Gainey, Mr. Clutch, has made some big shots this year. Beat Purdue and beat Maryland with a big shot at the end of the game.
Wilkins gets a touch inside. Kenny Inge fighting with Carrawell.
Give it to him. Wilkins wanted the ball. He's got the guy on his back. Give him the ball inside.
Boozer with a lot of pressure, but Thornton somehow got it up and in.
David Thornton had so many injuries early in his career, Mike. Had the hip surgery and a foot injury.
He was a rising star, made the All-ACC freshman team, but as you said, Dick, it's been one injury after another for that young man.
Yeah, he lost the ballot for Rookie of the Year to Ed Cota that year.
Another great pass, and Carrawell on the receiving end from Williams.
Carrawell does a sensational job moving without the basketball. Oh, how I emphasize that to young people. Learn to play without the ball in your hands.
Chris Carrawell is 5th in the ACC in field goal percentage. Tonight he's had 4 layups. Thornton lost it out of bounds. Touched last by Battier. Timeout on the court. 10-4. Duke over NC State. Carrawell has 8 of the 10. 10-4 early. Duke over North Carolina State, and will stay in the ACC for the second game of our doubleheader. Wake taking on Maryland at 9 Eastern. Both teams coming in with 11-5 records, but Maryland looking for a conference win. They're desperate for it. The Terps led by 6'9" forward Terrence Morris, averaging nearly 17 and 8.5 rebounds a game. Maryland and Wake Forest. Dave Sims and Dan Bonner standing by at the conclusion of our broadcast. The numbers on Terrence Morris. And the Terps have really gone into a tailspin.
Yeah, well, they're only 3 in a conference, so this game is a game of urgency. Both for Maryland and Wake Forest is coming off getting blown out by 20 by North Carolina State.
Damian Wilkins with the travel.
And if you recognize the name, yes, sirree. His uncle was Dominique, the Human Highlights film, and his dad was Gerald, who played in the NBA for a number of years.
Bob Gibbons, who is a recruiting analyst, called him the National High School Player of the Year.
Look at here at the offensive comparison early in the game. Turnovers, NC State with 5, and Duke knows how to turn those into layups.
This is Battier. Switch, 12-4.
I I tell you, Battier and Carrawell have really learned how to be stars in a very classy way. Last year, they played in the shadow of guys like Elton Brand and Langdon and company.
I tell you, if you needed 27 points on a given night from either one of them, you got it.
You and I were talking off the air, and we said, can you imagine what this team would be like if all those kids came back, McGetty and Elton Brand and Avery and company? To take a look here at the points off turnovers, look at the numbers. NC State with 0, and Duke already with 8.
Matt Christensen and Mike Dunleavy, excuse me, in the ball game for the first time. Christensen picked up the personal foul, his first.
He gives him a big body on the inside, physical presence, trying to get a few minutes so they can rest Boozer.
NC State not doing very much with its offense. Here's the lean in. Kenny Inge, he's double teamed inside. Wilkins got the follow in the bucket.
And Bobby Donato goes to the deck. The official, the zebra, went down. What a play by Wilkins, showing superb strength on the offensive board. Great hands on the inside. They love this guy. He's going to be a special player in an NC State uniform. Look at those hands. Look at that wingspan. And then he knows how to complete the play with a little jump hook. Bobby D going down to the deck. Looks like he's okay. Bounces right back up.
Got to send him to the free throw line. He's the one that took the punishment on that.
Exactly. Give him 2 shots.
Steve Gordon talking with him. That was 2 on Christensen already. The young man who was in his 5th year already at Duke, but 2 of those years spent on a Mormon mission. 1 year as a redshirt.
One Achilles heel at Duke. They can't afford any kind of injury. They got 6 players that really dominate the playing time. Really played those 6 almost extensively. They're throwing Horvath a little bit, mix him in with Christensen for a few minutes. But basically, they got 6 guys, a super 6 that they play.
Dunleavy, who is going to be a spectacular player before he's done.
He can handle, he can shoot the ball, but I love little Jason Williams.
Battier really has range on that shot, misses this one. And here comes Grundy. Grundy is playing a lot of point guard this year to give some of his teammates a little rest. There's a bank shot inside. Ron Kelly off the bench, and Kelly hitting almost 10 points a game off the bench. State right back in it.
He's got good offensive skills. I don't think they're going to go away. This is a tenacious basketball team, a team that physically plays well on the defensive end, despite the early layups by Duke.
Battier blows right by Kelly for the layup.
His quickness just takes him away from the basket, utilizes his quickness to the goal. Exceptional driver along the baseline. Came out of the same high school as Chris Webber. Now doing a phenomenal job with Sacramento.
Battier has 4. The lead is 5.
Man-to-man defense by Duke. Jason Williams very strong physically. There he is playing the ball.
Gainey gives it up to Wilkins.
Gainey's like an Iron Man. Plays so many minutes.
Little short arm jump shot by Thornton, and he has 6.
Good little execution by North Carolina State. Little dribble penetration, kicking it out to the open man after they get help.
Williams so strong with those passes. Jump shot by Carrawell. That's the first shot he's had that wasn't a layup tonight. On the run, Grundy coming off a 30-point performance with a miss. Look at Wilkins keep it alive, but Boozer rips it down.
I like the way Williams pushes the ball up the floor. Always gets him into a running mode.
Dunleavy, good outside shooter, missed that one. Excellent block out inside.
And you don't
Great job by Gainey.
You don't see a lot of blockouts today in college basketball.
Williams with a reach in and his first foul. Thought he had the steal.
You mentioned blocking out, Mike. Last night I had a game with Brad Nessler, and in that game Florida loses to Tennessee, and simply because they don't block out. 3 possessions at the end of the game. A lost start.
Well, especially for guards, it's not often you see a guy like Gainey at 6 feet tall going to that much effort to keep a bigger guard off the boards.
Let's go to our big guy, Mr. Doherty. What about the art of blocking out? We just don't see it in college basketball, Brad.
No, I mean, a lot of the fundamentals today in the game, Dick, are kind of going by the wayside. But whenever you have programs like Duke or North Carolina State, you're going to see good fundamentally sound basketball. I love to see those little guys box out those big guys like it. Makes you want to swat them, but that's a good job.
Which you did.
Zone defense by Duke now, 2-3 set.
And that lets Archie Miller in the ball game, the Mad Bomber, who hasn't gotten a lot of minutes this year, but you play zone and Archie Miller's eyes light up.
He's averaging 16 minutes a game this season. That's his 4th three he's made this year out of 7 attempts.
Dunleavy nearly threw it away, and now he did. Marshall Williams, the freshman from Wisconsin, is fouled by Boozer. And NC State making a run here. They tied it. Now they have a chance to take the lead.
I tell you, they never got rattled after they fell behind. They did what Brad Doherty was talking about a little bit earlier. They just continued to execute. You look at this athlete, Marshall Williams. They really believe he's going to be a big-time star. Very physical player.
He was Mr. Basketball in Wisconsin, the only 3-time All-State player in the history of that state.
I thought they showed me a lot that they could go down and beat Purdue, and Purdue was playing well at Purdue, and Gainey made that shot in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. And they've really improved their schedule, and it's even going to get better next year.
And they're really upset they're not in the top 25 right now, and I can understand why. They've beaten some quality teams.
I'll tell you one thing this year. There were 3 teams out of the ACC in the top 64 last year. This year, I really believe you're going to see at least 5 go out of this conference. Virginia's coming on strong.
Pete Gillen has done a wonderful job with that ball club. North Carolina State surviving the early run. They have the lead. North Carolina State by 2 over Duke. And so far this year, North Carolina State's Herb Sendek knows the defense has carried him.
Early on in the season, our defense has been our salvation. It's been the thing we've done the best. We have to get better as an offensive team as we continue through the season. And certainly, we have to maintain and even improve on the defense we've already played.
He did a great job defensively also when he was in the Mid-American Conference at Miami of Ohio. Learned under Rick Pitino, served as an assistant. I was telling you earlier, Billy Donovan, Mr. Sendek, and Tubby Smith on the same staff with Rick Pitino.
Not bad. Foul called. 12-2 run by North Carolina State.
And nothing spectacular, just solid defense. Herb, also, you ready for this, Mike? 3.96 academic average at Carnegie Mellon as a student. A brilliant student. Industrial management. What is he doing coaching basketball? Oh, gee.
One thing industrial management pays as well. Battier. He's the specialist in taking charges. Now he gets one.
He's the Minister of Defense, was the Defensive Player of the Year voted last year. As you look at Mr. Intensity, Mike Krzyzewski, I'm going to watch that Battier. Look at a good help. Good rotation by North Carolina State. They give a lot of help. They play defense as a unit.
5 team fouls on Duke, only 1 on North Carolina State. Miller with a good pass inside to Wilkins. A little drop step got him free. Tip won't go. Knocked away, and Duke finally controls. Dunleavy almost threw it away and got it back. Nice pass by Dunleavy inside. That's goaltending on Kenny Inge.
Yeah, got to score that basket. Duke does a great job at attacking the basket, filling the lane. They really kick it out exceptionally well and utilize that diagonal pass, always filling lanes.
The thing about Duke basketball that always impresses everybody, especially the first time you see them, all of them can score, all of them can pass, all of them run, and they all play defense. What else can you ask?
And they're all McDonald's All-Americans. I was only hoping to have a Wendy's when I coached.
You were looking from the second teamer from Bob's Big Boy, don't you?
That's right.
Working around Battier.
Coming off surgery, back surgery.
Inge, they're going to call Inge for the offensive foul, and he goes down. Remember, Inge coming off a knee injury, and he's slow to get up.
A lot of people thought he'd be out for 6 weeks. He had a partial tear in his second game against Old Dominion. Showed a lot of courage and came back earlier than anticipated as he goes down to the deck.
And you could see the brunt of it was taken on the knee that still has the brace on it, and he's limping off.
Right now, Sanders playing on the inside, a shot blocker. They're hoping to get some positive minutes. I think he's got a heck of a future from out of Tampa, Florida.
6'11" freshman.
He's got to get a little stronger.
Well, I hope Kenny Inge is all right. I mean, he is critical to the potential success of his ball club.
Yeah, he brings a certain toughness, a mentality that's really needed. Look across America at the good clubs like Duke with Carrawell, Madsen at Stanford. They bring Peter Michael at Cincinnati, a special toughness.
Williams with good quickness, reach-in foul by Archie Miller. You know, everybody always talks about the number of people that Duke lost, but North Carolina State lost their leading scorer, adding Adam Harrington. Keith Bean also transferred, and Ron Anderson. And this was really addition by subtraction. These were three guys that didn't seem to fit the chemistry of this club, and they seem to be much happier that those three guys are gone.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike. You hit it on a nail when you talk about that magical word, chemistry. So many times you could line up teams with great ability, but if they don't function as a unit, you're just not going to win in a game of basketball.
And the last thing you want is teammates sniping at each other. It really doesn't work.
You don't normally have that at Duke. They play as a unit representing that jersey.
A lot of body contact. Carrawell gets the bucket and the foul.
He's so physical, and these Cameron crazies love him. I don't know if he loves him, but Mr. Carrawell always seems to come up with a big play. Here he is now, triple threat position. He can drive, he can pass, or he can shoot. He decides to drive, uses the left hand. Hey, his former teammate in high school, you saw him at Wake Forest, Lauren Woods. Is he becoming a big-time star at Arizona? I had him, Mike. The kid's improvement is unreal.
Carrawell in and out on the free throw, nearly kept alive by Duke. The Blue Devils up by 2 as we approach the halfway point here in the first 20 minutes.
As Gainey, just a solid player, always giving the ball up, defends.
Marshall Williams kicks it back out to Kelly. Good ball movement here. Wide open is Grundy.
That was created by the extra pass by Justin Gainey. A reversal of the basketball, bringing it side to side. Something Jerry Green of Tennessee talked about last night, how essential that is to win.
Williams trying to answer with a three, partially blocked. But great heads-up play inside by Banks. Or Nate James, check it.
That was Nate James with the call. Gene Banks, the name of the pass.
Yeah, I tell you what.
You know what? He's the only player in the history of Duke to have a triple-double. That's hard to believe.
Yes, isn't it?
With all the great players that have played in that uniform.
I hate those flashbacks, you know?
In fact, the guy that's come the closest to a triple-double was Jason Williams against DePaul. He had 15 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. Unbelievable.
Last foul was on Carrawell. That was his first. 6th team foul against Duke here in the first half.
And remember, people, 43 in a row at home Duke has won. Last time they lost here, Tim Duncan and Wake Forest, January 11th, 1997.
Nice bounce pass inside, the layup to Grundy.
I really like Grundy. He moves well without the ball. I like guys that know how to play the game in complete fashion, to have some versatility.
Marshall Williams got some penetration on this. And Jason Williams with the turnover.
There's Mike and his coaching staff, Johnny Dawkins, David Henderson, Herb Sendick. As you look at Mr. Krzyzewski, unbelievable. 8 trips to the Final Four. Mr. Basketball, Johnny Dawkins, David Henderson to Mike's left.
Steve Wojciechowski joined the staff this year. He was a broadcaster a season ago when Quinn Snyder left for Missouri. Wilkins, that's by Battier, pulls up in the lane. Battier with a block. The follow by Thornton. Thornton again, blocked by Battier. Got it.
I'll tell you, Thornton's a big-time offensive rebounder. Knows how to utilize his body, and he's healthy for once in his career. Played in high school with Kenny Ings. They played together. I watch him work on the offensive glass. There he is, his deflection, but he stays with it. He just utilizes that body, catches the basketball, and knows how to complete the play on the glass.
Thornton, 6'8", almost 240. He's really fighting Battier in there for it. State with a 3-point lead. First time the line hits the free throw, 24-20. Boozer getting a breather, and now the crowd comes to its feet.
It's hard to believe they're down 4 the way they started this game.
Isn't it,
Duke, isn't it? They came out really on fire. They welcome the challenge. These kids are not intimidated in North Carolina State. They're going to have to earn number 44 here tonight, Mike.
James picks up his dribble. 11 on the shot clock. Williams down the lane. Big-time high school scorer. Missed that one. Battier with a rebound. Had that one blocked. Great hustle by Thornton. Look at him handle the ball. Oh, he carried that one. Lost his dribble.
Got a little break in the action. I want to ask our partner down here. I heard Mr. Darty, and I hate to see it happen. We may lose him. He may be going back to the NBA. His former teammate, I heard, is going to call him up to play for the Wizards. Hey, Brad, what about him?
Well, Dick, I guess if he's not going to play for the Wizards, he's going to have something to do with the basketball operations. I don't know. I know Michael enjoys playing his golf, so it's going to be difficult playing golf in the middle of the wintertime in Washington. But if he is involved, he will do a tremendous job and bring a lot of credibility to that basketball program.
Brad, maybe he'll make you a deal. He'll play if you will.
No way, but I'm staying right here with you guys.
Dunleavy. Boy, the defensive pressure really picked up by NC State.
And that's been their strong suit all year, the best defensive team in the ACC.
Excellent ball movement. Gainey wide open and buries it.
I can't get over the way they're so unselfish. That is chemistry, and that is really in relationship to the coach. He has convinced these kids to give the ball up for the better shot.
That's why they're off to their best start since the 89-90 season. Carrawell goes baseline with a miss. Here comes Gainey on the run.
They're getting confidence with each possession.
Aren't they ever? You can see it. Grundy short on that one.
Not a good shot right there. Not a good shot. Didn't get it within the realm of the offensive set.
Williams, good pass into Carrawell. Won't go, but he draws the foul.
So look at Johnny Dawkins and Wojciechowski on the sideline, who was Mr. Intensity when he played. Part of that family at Duke. Look at the job Tommy Amick is doing down at Seton Hall. Had a big win the other day. Hey, by the way, our hearts go out to the families of those young people that lost their lives there at Seton Hall in that fire, my alma mater. I just couldn't believe it when I heard it on the news today.
Johnny Dawkins, just one of the many numbers hanging from the rafters here at Cameron Indoor. Carrawell misses his second free throw, shooting 76.9 from the line. Duke, the best free throw shooting team in the ACC, better than 75% as a team. Battier, you see, gets a breather as Boozer comes back in.
And that's going to win a lot of games for North Carolina State. They were last in the ACC in shooting free throws until the last game where they went 31 for 37 against Wake Forest.
It's a 6-point lead. Mike Krzyzewski trying to keep his club in at State on a run. Welcome back to Cameron Indoor Stadium. Duke had leads of 8-0 and 12-4. I think the key to this ball game, NC State did not panic. We've got a triple header of NCAA basketball tomorrow night. Starting in the Big Ten, Dick and Brad will venture to Columbus, Ohio. Number 10, Michigan State against 15th ranked Ohio State at 7. Then at 9, Quentin Richardson leads number 22 DePaul against Louisville. Sports Center comes your way at 11. Then at midnight to Big West, New Mexico State will take on Long Beach State, a triple header, starting at 7 on ESPN.
I can't wait to get down to Columbus for that matchup. Great guard play. Michigan State's won 8 in a row on a road over the last 2 years in the Big Ten.
Excellent work on the offensive boards by North Carolina State. They're pounding Duke right now, 14-7 in the rebounding department. That's why they're up by 8.
And that's where they're winning the game, really attacking the offensive boards. They got some strong, physical, experienced people trying to trap. I think Duke's very tough to trap.
Boozer into the lane and banks it home.
They usually find the open man. A very difficult team to lay traps on would be the way Duke advances and moves the basketball and the way they can shoot and make the open shot.
First 2 points of the night for Boozer, who in his last 8 games is averaging 17.5. Kelly, very offensive-minded. Little fadeaway jumper, hangs on the rim, won't go for it.
They're going to get Jason Williams involved offensively, looking to make a few shots. There he is, kicking one out to Dunleavy, who can shoot it.
Dunleavy with a 3.
He created that little dribble penetration, a trademark of Duke basketball. Attack the defense and then kick it back out, and then the Cambric crazies go bananas.
That's the first 3 the Blue Devils have made tonight in 5 tries. That's a walk on Gainey.
And what's happened, their defense is not really creating opportunities against Herb's club. We're going to see the penetration right now by Jason Williams. He draws 2 people to him, and then he kicks the ball right out to the open guy. They do a phenomenal job recognizing open people, Mike.
Dunleavy, of course, the son of the former Blazers coach. Coach's sons always turn out to be smart ball players. Great feed by Williams to Boozer.
He's going to be a special point guard. He's learning by every day and every possession the role of a point guard. He's got a great way of attacking the basket. He can make open shots. I love Jason Williams.
The lead is cut to 1.
Oh, look Wilkins, they missed him. I got to get him inside. Kid does a great job posting.
He had great position. Now they throw it away. Here comes Carrawell against Grundy. Blocked for the foul.
Look at the body on this kid. JW, there he is. Again, gets 3 people to play him. I mean, if I'm Carlos Boozer, I take him out for dinner every night. There he is with the spin. I mean, I got to ask Brad. Hey, Brad, what's it like to play with a point guard that penetrates, gets you the open shot? I mean, you'd take him out to dinner every night, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'd have him every night out to dinner, Dick. You can make a living off of guys like Jason Williams. He sees the floor extremely well. He and Carlos Boozer are going to be dominant over the next several years in the ACC.
We are tied at 29 with 5:14. Of course, Mike Krzyzewski has always had a great affinity for point guards.
Well, he's had some great ones here. When you think of Tommy Amica, who's done a phenomenal job in coaching, Quinn Snyder, and of course Bob Hurley, who was sensational when he played the point. Wojciechowski.
Wojo was one of my favorites. I mean, he got everything out of his ability he possibly could.
Well, that's a coach's job, really, to get the most out of his people, and they certainly did that with Wojciechowski.
Duke on a 9-2 run to regain the lead.
It's such a spurt basketball team. Does the double up wide open.
Wilkins. Jason Williams picks up his second personal. Look at the streaks. They've won 13 games in a row. After losing their first 2 against Stanford and UConn, tough way to start, they've won 26 ACC games in a row, second longest in history to North Carolina State from 25 seasons ago, and 43 straight here at Cameron.
I tell you what's even more impressive when you look at that ACC number of 26 in a row. Try this out, people. That's not Cupcake City, and that's 21.5, the margin of victory. I mean, that's amazing. I was talking to our buddy Freddie Godelli today, our outstanding producer, who works for you in football, and he said it blew him away when I told him about the 26 games. He said, in the ACC? Yes, my friend, in the ACC.
And as you said, that spread, they were just beating people. They were blowing them right out of the building. Kelly hits a couple of free throws, an excellent offensive player, and State regains the lead. Dick, you were right when you said earlier, this is a team that will not go away, referring to NC State.
They really have a lot of experience and a lot of toughness. That's what I like about them. Herb Sendik's got a bunch of kids that really believe they can win. They lost a tough game on the road to North Carolina, who's really been a little disappointment, obviously. But in that game, North Carolina shot about 80% to beat them.
Tar Heels have done that before. Boozer fouled from behind. Grundy just trying to prevent him from getting the easy layup. It's his first.
Boozer does a great job hanging around the basket and has the offensive skills to be able to convert. You know, you mentioned about North Carolina in that game. You're not going to beat a club when Coda goes 8 for 8 and Brendan Haywood went 7 for 7. I mean, that's incredible.
Haywood seems to be a tough matchup for them.
Yeah, it really is. And I'll tell you the problem right now, North Carolina, I think they're very capable of going on a run. I know people are getting off their bandwagon, but the bottom line is they really don't have superb quickness, and they can't get easy baskets. In fact, I was doing research today, and in their 3 losses in a row, they had 58 turnovers and only forced 29.
It's not like the old days when they go out and trap and pressure people. It just doesn't work for them right now.
Exactly.
But Bill Guthrie will get him back to that.
I got him Saturday against Florida State. That's a game they must win. It's at home.
32-31. The lead is 1. This is Wilkins, the freshman from Orlando.
Man-to-man pressure defense. See, Gainey really is so smart with the basketball.
Left alone, Kenny Inge.
Kenny Inge, he was a teammate of Thornton in high school, played together in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, Atlantic Christians High School.
We're under 4 minutes to go. The Wolfpack, losers of only 1 ACC game this year, up by a bucket. Batty, oh, what a great pass. And another foul inside by Grundy, just trying to stop Boozer from slamming one.
It just amazes me how Boozer gets free so often. He did it against Michigan. He's done it on numerous occasions against Virginia. And he seems to hang around the basket and is always ready to catch the ball and score. Now, there again, it's created by the drive, the dribble, the penetration, and the dump down.
Grundy's got to start saying to his teammates, hey, fellas, I can't do this very often. That's already 2.
Grundy has long, long arms. arms. He plays a lot bigger than his size. He's got a wingspan
of 6'6", and even though he's only 6'2".
Almost went to, actually, Cincinnati was recruiting him, went to Hargrave Military. He committed early in his career out of high school when he was in Bowling Green, Kentucky, to Bradley, and then decided to go to Hargrave and came here, and they're happy to have him.
Tied at 34, Jason Williams so far, the point guard for Duke, with 5 assists, really helping their offense. That's why Mike Krzyzewski likes him.
He's an outstanding scorer. You knock out the first 2 games that we lost, he's shooting well over 40% from three-point range, and he can defend the ball. He's still learning that position. He didn't play point guard all the time in high school, so it's a tough position to learn.
And another thing about Jason Williams, he and Carlos Boozer both committed to Duke before Brandon Avery left. Exactly. They would have been content to come here and play behind stars for a year. Instead, they're immediately thrust into this lineup. It says something about their character.
I'll tell you something else. What people don't realize, they lost their first 2 games of the season. Those kids made their debut at Madison Square Garden, and they lost not to Cupcake City, to Stanford and Connecticut, 2 of the top 5 teams in the nation.
Both games they could have won.
Yes, sir. Overtime to Stanford and a close game to Connecticut. And since then, they have not walked to the locker room with an L.
Nate James picks up his first personal.
Playing a lot of minutes. That's the only thing you got to be concerned about when you talk about the end of the year, playing the kind of minutes they're playing. As you look here at the summary, both clubs shooting the ball fairly good. Three-point line has really not been strong for Duke tonight, and that's one of their real strengths, shooting with 3.
But more than twice what NC State has gotten inside. The Wolfpack goes on back on top by 1.
North Carolina State's 11-0 at home in that new building, the ESA building. They're 11-0, and now they won. You know, they talk about respect. I have one really simple solution for them. Win tonight, and they'll get all the respect, and they'll learn to the polls. That's all I got to do, is come here to Durham and win.
I get to see that building for the first time on Saturday night when they play Georgia Tech. James forced that one up in traffic.
Georgia Tech, Bobby Crem's got a big win over Maryland.
Marshall Williams, the freshman. Fake the 3.
He's a versatile player, can play a number of positions, inside, outside.
Kelly over Boozer. Kelly with 8 off the bench.
I'll tell you, Kelly's got good offensive skills. We saw that last year in him down in the low post. He has the ability to convert on the inside. Nice entry. Now Kelly's posted up. Boozer allows him to catch the basketball and doesn't really challenge him as he shoots that little hook shot down in the lane. There's another entry. There's the good bounce pass. Now a little jump hook, Brad Daugherty style.
He knew he was going to lose minutes this year when Wilkins came in and was going to get that starting forward spot, but he's made the most of the minutes he gets off that bench.
Well, to win big in college basketball, you got to have some people that can contribute off the bench. You never know about an injury. You look now in Arizona, they lose the kid Richard Jefferson, and now they're going to the bench getting Walton to play, and they got a big date coming up Thursday at UCLA.
Well, how about Mateen Cleaves at Michigan State, if you can survive that?
Exactly. And now they got a tough one coming Thursday night at Schottenstein Arena. They hook up with Mr. Scooty Pad and my guy, Mr. Red, who can score. I know Brad Nassler is already in Columbus. I hope I get there. There's no snow tomorrow, Mike.
No snow in Columbus during January. Are you kidding? Three-pointer by Dunleavy won't go. And they're going to get Boozer underneath over the back for his second personal. The first Grand Slam of the year will continue on ESPN and ESPN2 over the next week and a half. Martina Hingis going for her 4th consecutive Australian Open title. Pete Sampras tries to get back to the top of the ATP rankings as he goes for a record-breaking 13th Grand Slam singles title. Coverage continues tonight at 12:30 on ESPN2, Thursday afternoon at 1 on ESPN.
Sampras and Lindsay Davenport going to win that, Mike. Sampras and Lindsay Davenport as he comes up empty on the free throw line for the first attempt.
38-34. Missed them both, did Kelly. Duke trying to cut into that lead with 2:42 to go. Williams guarded by Miller. Gets the double team. Battier. All the way.
Somebody rotated over to close off the driving angle on Battier. I'll tell tell you one thing North Carolina State's doing an excellent job is their perimeter defense shutting down the three-point shot, but no one rotated over on Battier.
Battier made a mistake because Boozer was open, but he obviously didn't make a mistake.
No, that's a high percentage shot. Look at it double up on the post.
Kelly double team, took the shot anyway. Not a great choice by Kelly.
No, with the double team. You got to find the open man in a post.
Williams, great pass to Carrawell. He's bodied out of the way by Marshall Williams and foul.
I tell you, Carrawell and Lauren Woods, his high school teammates in St. Louis, must have been dynamite in high school together.
Yeah, it must have been fun to play them.
Shane Battier, just a worker, just a winner. Here he is attacking the basket, so unselfish. One of Mike Krzyzewski's favorites, and if you just talk to the kid 2 minutes, you understand why. He's just got a winner's mentality and just brings such a special amount of class to that uniform.
Carrawell goes to the line where he is 3 of 5 tonight.
37-2 last year. And a number of banquets that I did this year, Mike, and speaking, people would come over to me and say, what happened to the Dukies? I said, what happened to the Dukies? 37-2. Unfortunately, in America today, unless you win it all, you're a failure. Like whoever gets beat this weekend in football, what happened? They could get to the Super Bowl. And if you get there, you don't win, what happened?
Coming into this season, in the last 2 years, Duke had won 69 games. They did not get the timeout in time. It's a turnover.
Turnover City. We had a heck of a first half here. Some real good execution. North Carolina State could have really got rattled early, but they didn't. They held their poise.
Tied at 38, Battier. Great block by Kelly, who returns the favor from the other end.
Well, Kelly that time closed off the driving angle.
Ahead of the pack. Dunleavy got a piece of that one, but it's knocked out by Boozer. Both teams showing some superb defense.
And both teams getting some outstanding recruits coming in next year. Duke's got a kid I told you about today, Chris Durham, coming here from Louisiana, who they are absolutely going to love.
Kelly. Well, the ball finds him when he's in there.
Well, you can't let him get the ball in that deep. Hey, Brad, didn't you like it when you played if they allowed you to get the ball in that deep?
Just let him get the ball in the middle of the lane or on the block. You got to push that big guy off the block, take him out an extra 4 feet, make him uncomfortable. Did they get that deep, you can score all night long.
Did they push you off the blocks?
They tried to push me off the block.
Jay Billis, our guy, I think he pushed you off the blocks.
Oh, Jay was strong.
So Boozer will go back to the line.
Came out of Alaska. Alaska's been good to do with the Alaskan assassin, Trajan Langdon.
It's not an overflowing pipeline, but they got 2 great ones out of there.
Wow. And they are 2 great ones. Here comes Warback. Going to get a few minutes here. Minute 38 left.
He's a freshman from Arden Hills, Michigan. Guy who was Minnesota's Mr. Basketball, wanted to play for Duke since the 8th grade.
When they recruited him, they thought they would redshirt him this year. But then when they had the departure of Chris Burgess, who transferred as well, it depleted their front court size.
Lost out of bounds. Tied at 40 with 1:28 to go. Coming up on the courtyard by Marriott halftime report. Rich Eisen and Jay Billis will have the struggling Heels. A preview of week against Maryland and number 5 Syracuse tries to remain undefeated. Syracuse ever going to go on the road this year?
Well, they finally did, and they won 3 games, but somebody had to show Jimmy Boeheim how to find the airport. I'll see him Monday night up there in a big win against Connecticut.
Duke got a chance to take the lead with 1:19 to go in the half. Boozer and Dunleavy with a little 2-man game, and now we get it to Carrawell. James with a drive. Offensive foul on James.
Hey, James with the offensive charge. Good job by the rotation of North Carolina State. But again, that's a trademark of Duke basketball. Attack the defense. Try to get help. And here's the defense rotating over. Hey, James, former McDonald's All-American, had some injuries early in his career with the charge.
Excellent defense that time by Williams.
This crowd's a little stunned right now. This crowd is a little stunned. I thought they felt it was going to be a little party here the way this game started.
They're used to winning large. Shot clock is at 16, game clock at 50. Miller handling the ball with Doug Levy on him and on Carrawell switches.
Trying to go at halftime with the lead. Psychologically, that can be big to these guys coming here up the road.
Shot clock down to 5. Miller has to force the 3. Knocked out of bounds by NC State. It will be Duke ball.
Miller's brother was a heck of a shooter when he played at Pittsburgh. Sean Miller now on his staff. His dad, Johnny, an outstanding coach. Blackhawk High School, as you look at his brother, Sean, out of Pennsylvania.
1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So Duke, if it chooses, can run it down nearly to halftime.
One thing that's happening, certainly with Sean, I can see it. He's eating pretty good on that budget at NC State. He's a lot thinner when he played for Pittsburgh.
Mike Krzyzewski giving some final words to Jason Williams on what he wants.
Jason really trying to make other people get involved offensively, not looking for his shot here in that first half like he normally did.
And he's a kid that averages 15 points a game.
Exactly. He's a scoring point guard. You don't want to take that ability away from him. Donald Hand scoring big points for Virginia. Congrats to Pete Gillen with his 300 over North Carolina yesterday.
Williams still looking at Krzyzewski for instructions, then drives the lane and puts it in.
He must have heard us, Mike. He must have heard us. He said, I'm going to show those guys I can score.
No, he heard Krzyzewski.
Yes, sir. That's the only one that counts, Michael Kay.
Chris Carrawell with 17 points in the first half. Part of Duke's 42, and the big reason they have a 2-point lead. This is a nice play, Dick.
Yeah, here he is now. He's just going to go one-on-one, break down the defensive player, explode, and then he has the super strong body. All-stater out of New Jersey, All-American in high school. Jason Williams, as we look at the bench. Come on, give it a nice cheer, nice reaction.
Pretty good time for his first 2 points. Halftime score 42-40 Duke. Let's join Rich Eisen and Jay Billis.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Jay, it seems like NC State is intent on protecting its school record of 27 straight ACC victories. Duke would tie that tonight. NC State came out very sluggish, but came on strong.
Well, I think the pressure that Duke put on them initially really caused NC State to struggle, but they did a good job of getting through that initial problem. They were being forced a little further out on the floor. They turned their backs a little bit, but they handled the pressure better as the half went on. The key for NC State is going to be scoring in their half-court offense. Sometimes they struggle in that regard. They've got to continue to hit the offensive glass, and they also have to continue to hit their free throws. They struggle from there, shooting only 60% on the year.
Well, the word struggle is going to be a theme in our halftime report. When we come back, we're going to look at 2 ACC teams that are struggling in the early conference season. Ed Cota and Joseph Forte of North Carolina and the Terrapins, both on 3-game losing streaks. We'll be back to discuss.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott, the hotel designed by business travelers.
Cameron Indoor, where Duke is clinging to a 2-point lead over the Wolfpack of North Carolina State. We said at the beginning of the telecast that State might have a chance to protect that 25-year-old ACC game winning streak, that 26-game winning streak that happened 25 years ago, and they're playing like it, Dick.
They really are. They could have really got rattled early when Duke jumped out and Carrawell dominated, but they did a great job moving the basketball, looking for that extra shot. We take a look right here at dribble penetration, but Duke does an excellent job rotating over and closing it off. But they kick it back out. Now we take a look. Freeze it. See, freeze it right here. They're getting set ready to reverse the basketball, looking for the open shot out of Grundy from the corner. And there's the extra pass, the ball reversal, and there he is finishing off the play with the trifecta, Anthony Grundy. In the paint, they dominated Duke on the interior. It was Duke dominating as they did a great job attacking the basket. But here it is again, dribble penetration, and Boozer with the deuce.
For Carrawell, it was a one-man show early. The shooting percentages in favor of Duke better than 54%. They came in #1 in the ACC in scoring. And off the bench, NC State making the big difference. 15-3 off the bench.
And Kelly was big off the bench, gave him great post presence. Also remember this, the one negative in the first half, a strong suit of Duke all year long, shooting the 3. They were 1 for 7.
And they committed a lot of personal fouls. Boozer got away from edge.
He does does a great job. Posted inside, drop step move, takes it to the basket with authority. Though not a legit center, he really has good back-to-the-basket skills.
And the freshman has a dozen. Great drive by Grundy, but off balance as he took the shot.
See, right now in the first 4 minutes of this half, you don't want to give Uncle Mo to Duke. You don't want them to come out and really establish tempo and take over here.
Williams with a big one-hand pass, but he carried it as he threw it.
We take a look. Look at Boozer posting up on the inside. Gets himself nice and wide. Now he's going to seal off the defender as he catches the ball. There's the drop step. The defender overcommits, and he gets the layup.
Inge gives up about 40 pounds in that matchup.
It's amazing, these kids right out of high school, how they step into a college uniform, and they're ready to compete.
Grundy with James on him, goes baseline. Back to Inge. Inge all the way, banks it home.
Strong drive by Kenny Inge. Seems like he's been around for years.
Yeah,
you hear those names, they've been here for like ever.
And Justin Gainey, it seems like he's been here forever and played every minute of it.
I'll tell you one thing, as you see a turnover by Duke, a poor play there. Remember the miracle that almost happened during the first year of Herb Sendick when they beat Duke and they beat Maryland in the semifinals in the ACC tournament. Nobody expected it.
They just ran out of gas in the final. They didn't have anything left in the tank. Great pass inside to Gainey, and Wilkins gets the bucket off the Gainey assist.
I can see why Bob Gibbons rated him so high. He understands how to play. He knows his strength, and his strength is to operate around the basket.
Tied at 44, Jason Williams. What a block by Thornton. And then he saved it.
See, Wilkins, not a guy that's a high flyer and a high riser and a human highlights guy, but he's got a super strong body. Took a bad shot right there in that possession.
Leaned into a double team and had it blocked. Nate James left alone for a pull-up jumper. He missed it.
So many guys can't make the 15-foot medium-range jump shot. The game has almost become either layup or the trifecta.
Tied at 44.
Here's Jason Williams playing defense out here on Gainey. He may make my top 5 diaper dandies in America. I'm going to pick him in about 2 weeks.
Thornton from 17 with a miss.
In fact, I'm almost definite he'll be on there along with Jason Gardner from Arizona.
Williams tries the 3. Kept alive Carrawell with a loose ball off the Boozer tip, but he can't hit. Both teams come out a little cold.
One thing about NC State, they rebound. They really attack the basketball. And if you rebound and defend, you always have a chance to win.
Thornton nearly traveled on the way in, but a monster jam by Inge.
Kenny Inge, he can jam with the best. He and Thornton, they put a lot of dunks on a dunkathon meter.
State by 2.
We got a war here. They're going to really have to lace him up to win 44 in a row.
James had that shot partially blocked by Grundy.
I wanted the trifecta. I want a triple overtime. Had a double OT last night. Florida and Tennessee get 3 OTs here tonight, and to get 4 tomorrow with Michigan State and Ohio State. And that'd be a great week.
Let's get paid for overtime now.
No, I talked to my boss today, Brian Sheriff, and he said, don't think you're getting overtime pay for those overtime games.
Grundy picked up his 3rd personal foul.
That's big.
Yes,
because when he gets in trouble, they lose a valuable defender as well as a guy with potential scoring ability, as indicated by his 30 against Wake Forest.
James out of Washington, D.C., tabbed as a freshman starter, then ruptured his thumb tendons, missed 14 games that year, missed his sophomore year with the knee being rebuilt, had to fight for playing time when he came back last year. This is a guy that Mike Krzyzewski was so high on when he first came into the ACC.
Well, there were a lot of rumors that he was going to transfer, that he was unhappy, but he said, no, I want to wear that Duke uniform. The uniform stands for a lot of pride. I want to be here, and I'm going to ultimately contribute, and he has.
Absolutely. Tied at 46, 17:05 to go in the ballgame.
There's Justin Gainey, nothing sensational. His job is to get them to execute their half-court game, to pressure the basketball, and to make some open shots.
Kelly threw it away. Carrawell gets it down to Williams. Great reverse.
He made it look tough, but he'll finish it. Hey, Brad, what do you think of Jason Williams and his development? Isn't he getting better and better?
Dick, he really is. Since the first ball game of the season, he struggled early the first couple of games, but each game he learns a little bit more, and he is truly one of the top performers in the ACC from the point guard position.
Boozer being a little more physical defensively in the lane here in the second half for Duke. Grundy, nice spin. Couldn't hit the shot.
I'll tell you, Dunleavy's a lot tougher than his body shows.
Yeah, isn't he, though?
Yeah, he's got that wiry body. Can pass the ball, can shoot it.
Boozer, beautiful offensive move, but he missed and drew the foul.
He has just got all kinds of skills inside. He really does. What a diaper dandy duo they have inside and outside with Jason Williams and Carlos Boozer. We see the kick out by Carrawell. Now here comes Jason. He wants a little showtime. He said, I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to lay it on my left hand. And maybe to give me 3 for that instead of 2.
Nothing for style points. 16:02 left. Duke has regained the lead by 2 in a seesaw contest.
I tell you, amazing numbers when you look at Mike Krzyzewski's numbers. I look at 86 at that 37-3, and last year they win 37. In fact, our guy Jay Billis in the studio, he played on a team in 86 that lost to Never Nervous, Purvis Ellison, and Louisville. Johnny Dawkins, special guy. And he's just going to climb the ladder just like the Tommy Yamaka and Quinn Snyder. He'll be the next guy to get a call.
The amazing thing about this program is there have been a series of special guys, and there is no end in sight for what is certainly the preeminent coach in this game.
He is just a star among stars.
Marshall Williams, Dunleavy with a long rebound on the miss. Duke trying to build on a 3-point lead. A nice kick out to Dunleavy for 2.
Always looking to drive, draw, and kick the basketball out. Right? That is a philosophy of Duke in their offensive sets.
Going to be a foul on Boozer. That's his 3rd. Duke is working its way into a little foul trouble as well, especially as a team. 49-46. Back after this.
Rich Osmond back in the studio with an update. Number 5, Syracuse, the last remaining Division I team to be undefeated in Pittsburgh. Preston Shumpert ties the game at 35 at the half. Syracuse tied with Pittsburgh, and Appalachian State robbing from the rich at Little John on top of Clemson by 9 with 10 minutes to go, Mike Patrick.
Well, I'm not sure that Clemson is rich anymore. I think they're on the way to the poorhouse. That's not a very good basketball team.
No, Rich Eisen, I'll tell you one thing. Clemson is struggle city. I think Rich can start right now in their backcourt.
And be welcomed.
He can shoot the jump shot. Hook him up with Stuart Scott back there.
Archie Miller, number 11, is checked in for Herb Sendek. Kelly is in there, number 40, playing in the pivot.
Remember, he can shoot the basketball, Miller.
Nice crossover by Miller. Got away from Williams, but missed the shot. Boozer with a rebound to Williams. The lead is 3. NC State has to look out for the run. Carrawell couldn't hold the pass. It was a little behind him.
Should have utilized the bounce pass right there. Made the dish. I'll tell you, some outstanding young freshmen right now in college basketball. Talked about Jason Gardner, Jason Williams, Jason Capono. Now at UCLA is a kid that's a star. Joe Forte right over at North Carolina. Travis Watson at Virginia.
Wilkins. Dunleavy got a hand on it.
I'll tell you one thing, in high school, he'd have faced this kind of pressure.
No. Thornton kicks it back to Wilkins. A little 2-man game. Shot clock at 9. Miller, 45-degree pass to Wilkins. He backs in on Dunleavy, now leans it. Miller's got to force it up. Can he get it off in time? He did. Rebound to Wilkins.
And that's what he does well. One of the premier offensive rebounders in the ACC. I'll tell you, they got some freshman kids that can rebound. Wilkins here and Travis Watson down in Virginia.
There is a lot of fight in the Wolfpack this year. They'll really come after you. Williams kicked it away himself. Nearly lost Dunleavy. Good job to get it. Then Boozer lost it.
I'll tell you, Herb Sendek's done a great job selling to them, playing on the defensive end, and being unselfish. There's no doubt. I've seen a lot of basketball this year. They are definitely a legit top 20 basketball team, regardless what happens here today. As you see him working on the offensive boards, and there's Wilkins, the diaper dandy, strong inside player. In high school, they were number 1 in the nation. St. John's Prospect Hall. He played with Jason Capel.
State with a chance to regain the lead. Grundy back in there with those 3 fouls. Carrawell on him. Bad pass.
Yeah, picked up a his dribble. That's a no-no.
Dunleavy, bad pass. Somehow, Duke comes up with it. Missed the shot. The follow is good. Great hustle down court by the Blue Devils. Boozer running the court.
No, that was Nate
James.
Nate James really getting out of the break. And the Camry Crazies go bananas. They appreciated that great hustle play.
Grundy. Duke wanted to charge, didn't get it, and Grundy shakes it off and goes right down the lane.
You know, a little unorthodox, but he gets it done.
James.
He said, why not? I did it once with hustle. I'm going to go to the goal again. And now it's rocking and rolling in Cameron Indoor Stadium. The greatest place for college hoops, baby.
The 6'6" junior from Washington, D.C. now has 10. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 11, and that was the third foul on Kelly.
I go to a lot of places, Mike, and there are a lot of exciting places across America. But this place is hands down, I think, the greatest place to play for a young player. The kids are right there on top of you. It's such a great environment.
You know what, Dick? We're up here in the rafters at Duke. On a day that's not quite as cold. It's usually 100 degrees up here, and you just about die doing a game, and yet we look forward to coming here so much.
Always excited. We're always excited. Look at us way up here. Hey, I'm going to jump up and down like Durham. Hey, I'm going to cheer.
Don't jump too much.
I know, I got this up here. You got to protect me earlier tonight.
And I'm not sure that floor underneath of us either. Carrawell with a reach in and a foul. I remember the one night, this is the bar.
Oh, wow.
You were sitting down. I always stand for the game. You're sitting down. You stood straight up, and that poor thing hit right there. I never thought you were coming back.
That's when Jerry Stackhouse made that reverse jam in that, what a double OT we had down here. It was special. When North Carolina Duke, I jumped out of my seat, and I was bleeding and cut. And Mike was my doctor taking care of me.
Boy, this team has been up and down in free throws. Against Virginia, they were just horrid. Then against Wake, they were brilliant. And tonight, brilliant again, although they've only had 10 attempts, now 11, and 9 out of 11. They'll take that every time.
I tell you, it's hard to win when you go, in their case, 10 for 27 against Virginia, yet they escaped that game with a 3-point win at home. Herb said that just a quality guy, a lot of integrity, great work ethic, knows his game, tremendous mind, just a great basketball IQ.
Last time this club was in the NCAA playoffs, 90-91. It looks like they're going to be back this year.
Jimmy V was so special when he was at NC State. Who can ever forget 83 winning that national title? Jim Valvano, whose legacy will be more than just basketball. His courageous battle against cancer was so unique and so special. And all you fans out there, if you've ever been touched by Jimmy V in his battle, just call 1-800-4-JIMMY-V and make a donation so we can beat that dreaded disease.
I don't know anybody that ever even saw him on television, let alone meet him in person, that would not remember him.
Oh, he just made you laugh, Mike. I'll tell you, he could have been Seinfeld before Seinfeld.
Probably as quick as anybody would ever live.
Oh, he was just unbelievably funny.
Carrawell to Battier.
Double up, you got to find the open man. Got to reverse the ball against that trap.
Dunleavy for three. That's the play that Trajan Langdon was so good at. Catch the ball, shoot in rhythm, and bury it.
Great call, Mike Patrick. Exactly. Trajan Langdon was automatic with that. Just catch and shoot. And that's the shot that's been missing all night tonight, the trifecta.
Marshall Williams, the freshman.
There's a danger time right now for NC State.
Gainey. Williams somehow got it up through the trees to score.
He's a very physical player. A young freshman, he's like a man on the floor.
Bad pass, excellent defense. Great job by Kenny Inge to hustle down court and pick it off and step to the end line.
You know, they expected to win here tonight. I mean, they came here with the proper attitude, NC State. When you listen to all the quotes by all their players, they said, we're not going down and worrying about any streak. We're going there with one purpose, to win.
I think in their heart of hearts, maybe they didn't expect to win, but they certainly expected to play well. And they have done that.
Oh, they have done that. There's no doubt about it. No matter what happens in the last 12 minutes, they've come out and laid a challenge on Duke.
And if you don't believe you can win, you can't.
Exactly.
57-54 as we hit 12 minutes to go from Cameron Indoor. Reach-in foul on Nate James. That's his third. Timeout on the court, 11:58 to go in a close one. 58 to go, Duke by 3. National Hockey Night will take center stage on ESPN2 with a doubleheader tomorrow night. 7 o'clock, the Rangers take on the Carolina Hurricanes, led by Paul Coffey and Ron Francis. The blackout is lifted. This game can be seen in North Carolina. At 10 Eastern, the defending Stanley Cup champion Dallas Stars, led by Brett Hall, take on Luc Robitaille and the LA Kings. For more on the NHL, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com. NC State giving Duke all it wants here at Cameron Indoor.
Pretty good spacing on the offensive end. Really makes it tough with these double-ups. They find the open guy. Oh, that's a nice kick out. There's the open guy. Got to make that shot.
Thornton had the shot, passed on it, goes inside and charges. Guess who took the charge? Shane Battier.
Yeah, led him last year in taking charges, was the minister of defense. Should have shot the open shot, Mike. Right now, I'm going to see Wilkins with dribble penetration, kicks it out. He's wide open. Squares, but he wants to get a little closer. Now he's going to attack the basket, but there's Battier rotating over, getting the good defensive position and drawing the contact.
79 charges taken. That's already a school record. He's only a junior.
He's big and bad, baby. Hey, Brad, I want to ask, share some memories of coming in here as a player with some of those great teams you played on.
I'll tell you, the one memory I have, Dick, of playing here was my sophomore year when we were playing Jay Billis's team, and Michael Jordan had stolen the ball at half court, went down to dunk the basketball. He went up to dunk the ball, he lost the ball, and he hit his head on the backboard and split his head open.
Oh, wow.
It was incredible. I've never seen anyone leave the floor and go that high, but we always had a wonderful time. I enjoyed playing here just because of the atmosphere. I think I have a pretty good record here. I don't think we ever lost when I was at North Carolina here, but you've got to be focused when you play in this building, and I'm really impressed with this North Carolina State basketball team. To be a young team, they've really kept their composure.
Brad, I was just going to say the same thing. The composure, when they got down early, they just didn't give it up.
Exactly. They stayed within their offensive sets. Hey, Brad, you're telling me you were 3-0? You beat Billis in that game?
I'm telling you, I was 4-0.
4-0. Wow, 4-0.
4-0.
Hey, Jay Billis, we want some answers about that later on.
Undoubtedly, the last time anybody was 4-0 coming in here.
Not too many are going to come here 4-0.
We stay in the ACC for the second game of our doubleheader tonight. Wake goes against Maryland at 9 Eastern. Both teams give them with 11-5 records, but Maryland still trying for that first conference win. The Terps led by 6'9" forward Terrence Morris. Wake and Maryland following the conclusion of our game. Dave Sims and Dan Bonner. I saw Wake against North Carolina last Wednesday. They looked really good. They looked really tough, especially inside. And that's not going to be an easy game for either club.
And Robert O'Kelly came out big in that game that you had against North Carolina, and against NC State. They shut him down. Justin Gainey did a great job stopping because he can be explosive, O'Kelly.
A lot of fouls in this ball game. Both clubs getting themselves in trouble, and that's 4 on Nate James.
And that is really a big problem now with Duke going to the last 11 minutes, not being a deep club, playing only 6 players. Mike Krzyzewski's got to really be concerned about the guys that are in foul trouble.
Kelly's, who's hit 2 out of 4 at the line tonight and now has 11 points. And Dunleavy will come in and get James out of there.
It's hard to realize the way they're shooting here tonight and the way they shot against Wake that they would go 10 for 27 in a game like they did earlier against Virginia.
Kelly hits 1 out of 2. The lead is 4.
I think Mike does a superb job utilizing the 6 players, the way he rotates them in. Gets a body on the floor. They're so versatile. See, that's another key. James, Carroll, and Dunleavy can play almost anywhere on the floor.
Jason Williams hasn't looked for a shot a lot tonight. Probably part of that credit should go to Gainey, and his defense got away. Boozer took his eye off it, nearly lost it.
I also think they've done a job selling to him the importance of finding the open man.
Fouls on Grundy. That is number 4 on the defensive star, and it will put Duke in the 1-and-1.
He's got to get Grundy out of the lineup now and save him down the stretch, I would believe, but he's going to go with him right here with 4 fouls, going to keep him on the floor.
Well, the guy he'd have to bring in is Miller.
Yeah, I think he's got to. Yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to make a sub, make a move. It's not Miller.
Well, he's got Kenny Inge back in, trying to come back in the ball game. First point of the half.
Yeah, he's got to get him out for a couple of minutes to see the flow of the game. But if they start opening up a gap of 9 or 10 points, then I think he's got to sink or swim and go with his star player and get him on the floor.
Carrawell, who had 17 in the first half, goes nearly 10 minutes without scoring here in the second half. He got both free throws. And it's 61-55.
Chris Carrawell, just a marvelous player. So unselfish, just so unsung.
And a senior who stayed.
Yes, sir. How rare is that?
It's getting rare that juniors stay.
It's getting rare that high school senior stars stay.
We're staying, though.
Yes, sir.
Gainey bounced it off Williams' foot out of bounds. Now, you could tell at the beginning of the year, NC State was going to make some noise. So was Virginia. I think Wake has real potential. And Duke is almost a given. And sometimes that's unfair. The expectations are just so high that even if you lose all the players that Mike Krzyzewski lost, people just expect him to come right back.
They see the uniform and it still says Duke, and that means a lot of winning. There's a walking violation. Defense created that.
Had to be a walk on Kenny Inge.
See, I think also that really affects in a way the voting when you talk about Coach of the Year honors for years, Dean Smith and Mike Krzyzewski. It's just expected for them to win.
So somebody comes out of the woodwork and has a surprising season, and they're voted Coach of the Year.
Mediocre.
You expect somebody to go 30-4.
Exactly.
10-17 left in the game. Duke now up by 6. We've got a triple header of NCAA basketball tomorrow night in the Big Ten. We'll start. Dick and Brad go to Columbus. Number 10, Michigan State takes on number 15, Ohio State at 7. Then at 9, Quentin Richardson. DePaul against Louisville. Sports Center comes on at 11. And then at midnight, we'll go out to the Big West, New Mexico State against Long Beach State. That's a triple header on basketball. Richardson averaging nearly 20 points and almost 10 rebounds a ball game. Second in Conference USA in scoring.
He's an All-American. He made my Super Six. I just picked. I announced the other day with Khalid El-Amin, Richardson, Mim, Kenyon Martin, certainly a great player, Troy Murphy, and Chris Carrawell. I just love Carrawell. He's got to be on there.
I was waiting for Carrawell's name. I was going to be a little disappointed if he didn't make it.
Yes, sir. He's got to be on there. In fact, I should pick a Super 7 and throw Battier on it.
That's exactly right. Approaching the halfway point. Here comes the trap. Williams didn't see it. That's a great job by NC State, and Williams is down.
Looked like he banged his knee. Might have caught a knee head-to-head. Jason Williams on a reverse dribble. See, he turned his back on the trap. See, now right here, he's going to turn his back, and as soon as he turns his back, they rotate over and double him up.
One of his teammates has got to help him there. And he looks like he's fine. He'll come off for a second.
He looks like a halfback. He looks like he'd be one heck of a halfback in football. Strong runner. He's got that Barry Sanders. 190
pounds.
He's got that Barry Sanders look.
NC State's offense been a little sluggish lately.
Duke playing that good man-to-man defense. Oh, right there. Nice drop step. Good post move. Good entry.
That's a good play call when you've been struggling. Make sure you get it to one of your scorers inside.
Yeah, he really can finish the play inside Inge. Knows what to do down in a box. He's got to make that.
Dunleavy for 3.
He normally knocks that baby down. Oh, a little hole they want right here. Mike Krzyzewski cannot believe they didn't call a hole on Daney. NC State got away with one. I can even tell that from up here, Mike, and I'm blind as can be.
Mike Krzyzewski really beefing at Bob Donato.
Oh, yes, sir. Watch the hole right here. You're going to watch Gainey now. See, Gainey's not going to let him get to the basketball. He's not going to let him get to the basketball. He's hugging. So we're going on a dance. Do a little dance.
Well, there's Krzyzewski maybe inflating the hold a little more than it actually was. Kelly leans into one and got the roll.
I like the touch of Kelly. Kelly's got a nice little touch. He's got the good back spin. He's been a major factor off that bench.
Averages 9. He has 13 tonight.
Horizontal.
It's a 2-point game again, Dick.
Nice horizontal screen.
Carrawell trying to step up his offense. Good help defense by NC State. Out of bounds. Off the shoulder of Ron Kelly.
They do an excellent job helping one another out. Really closing off driving angles, communicate to each other. As Mike Krzyzewski has said to me so many times, it's not about individual defense. It's about 5 guys playing together team defensively, and that's what NC State's doing. They lead the ACC in defense.
Only allowing 59 points a game. Battier with a long-range mid-range jump shot. And Duke's long-range shooting has really been off tonight, and this is a foul underneath, I think, on Dudley. Or is it Boozer? It'll be Boozer, and it's number 4.
Take a look here at the scoring leaders tonight as we see the balance in this lineup. Kelly really productive off the bench. But look at this here. 4 other guys at 9. The chance to have 5 guys in double figures. And that's been their scoring basically all year. Balance, balance, balance. No star.
And coaches love that because you can't just concentrate on one guy and shut him down, and you can find a weak link in a defense.
Yeah, you love it. But if you can get yourself a super like Mr. Jordan, you say, hey, everybody else try to bring.
That's a little different. Kelly again. Jump hook won't go. NC State battling on the boards. Wilkins saves it. It's only a 2-point game.
They're having a tough time defending Kelly down in the box inside. They got Boozer checking him.
Gainey goes baseline. Somehow he just got lost. They let him go, and he ties it at 61.
He's one of those clutch performers. Always comes up, it seems, with a big shot. Made the big shot to beat Maryland. Last year beat Georgia Tech with a big 3 and beat Purdue in that ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Dunley, the open for 3, seemed to fade away a little bit. Had a good look. Duke has hit only 2 of 11 3-point shots. Bodies everywhere. Kelly from 4 feet got it. NC State with the lead.
He's having a star of stars nights off that bench. A Rolade special. Remember, 43 in a row, baby.
63-61 Wolfpack. It's down by 2. North Carolina State has been on a 9-2 run to take the lead. Boozer wheels into the lane, missed the shot. Battier with a rebound, and he's fouled.
Jay Battier trying to help his teammate out after Boozer made that nice little drop step and left-handed play in the lane. Came up trying to grab that offensive rebound.
3rd foul on Kenny Hinge.
I know that Duke showed a lot of character, Mike. They were on the ropes big time against Virginia at Virginia. They were down 10 late in that game, came back and ultimately won it in overtime and showed a lot of character because I am really impressed with some of the people that Virginia has, and Chris Williams and Watson and that whole gang, Donald Hand.
Battier, the best free throw shooter in the ACC at 83.9%. This is his first trip tonight. Only 7 points on the evening for the young man who averages 15-7. Hits them both. Duke is tied it at 63. North Carolina State and Duke knotted in a good one. 63-all with 7:26 to go in the ball game. We've got college football for you this weekend. The top seniors in the country will showcase their talents in the Rivals.com Hula Ball. Heisman Trophy winner and 2-time Rose Bowl MVP Ron Dane headlines the contest. Duke fans will get to see wide receiver Scotty Montgomery. Led the Blue Devils in receiving each of the last 3 years. Finished as their number 2 all-time leading receiver. Saturday, 3:30 on ESPN. It's the Rivals.com Hula Bowl. Kelly. Grundy to Gainey. He makes the big buckets.
I'll tell you, he does make the big basket. He's a clutch performer, but a nice look by Grundy. Penetrated in the lane. Kelly kicked it out to Grundy. Nice steal. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Wilkins all the way in against Williams, and Williams fouled him.
Oh, Mike, you got to give the rock up there in transition. You got yourself a little layup. I don't think he ever seen him. Lack of communication. There's the deflection to steal. Now here he is coming out. See, his head's down. His head's down, so he has no vision of a teammate to his left. Gainey's got a call. So get me the rock. He's got a call.
Great anticipation on Wilkins' part to make the steal, though. He's 3 out of 3 at the line tonight.
Hey, Brad.
And has 9 points.
Hey, Mike, sorry, Mike. Brad, hey, you're coming down 2-on-1. You're ahead. You like to get the rock, don't you?
Well, if you have a big guy, you better get him the rock when he's trailing. I think what happened on that particular play, though, Dick, is he was trying to get control of the basketball, so he never picked up his teammate, so he just took it to the basket extremely strong.
I want to know, did his uncle ever jam on you?
Never. I blocked every one of his jams.
No. I went to Sports Center highlights, and you were a human highlights film. He ducked right on you.
He must have scored those 17,000 points against someone else, Brad.
That's exactly right. It was a dime.
Boozer. He got the roll.
Isn't he nice and smooth inside? He really knows what to do once he touches the ball, and he gets it in the lane.
He has 17. Duke has cut into the lead again.
Remember, people, 43 in a row, 26 in a row in the ACC. Trying to tie David Thompson's era of North Carolina State with the longest, 27 in a row.
Well, Duke is going to have to go get these guys. NC State has shown no signs of giving it up. Kelly with a miss. Rebound to Carrawell.
We thought they'd come out here in a street fight and that they wouldn't back down. They had that kind of swagger to them.
Well, it's brass knuckle time right now. We've just hit 6 minutes.
And for the coaches, it's mail-out smashing time. Get the mail-outs out. I get some touches to Boozer inside. Get Boozer some touches around the basket.
Battier lost it, got it back and put it in. Boy, is he special.
He got a lucky break that they deflected the basketball, so that was a good play. No doubt, Mike. He's super scintillating, sensational. He's a 3S man, Mr. Battier.
Herb Sendek wants a timeout as Duke has hit 2 straight buckets to cut the lead back to 1. And here are the win streaks that we've been talking about. North Carolina State between 72 and 75 racked up a then unheard of 27 wins in a row.
That was
Duke's. Go ahead. Mike. Duke has tied its own record from 62 to 64 when they dominated. And they are 1 away from tying that 27-game win streak that was set 25 years ago.
Look at the margins of victory right here, Mike. Unbelievable. 28.4 in a home win streak, 21.5. And that North Carolina State team, basically, you're talking about Monty Tao, David Thompson, and Norm Sloan's club. They were unbelievable.
How did Monty Tao get featured billing over David Thompson?
I know, it shouldn't happen. The greatest small forward I ever seen in my life was David Thompson on a collegiate level. The only guy I might challenge with him is Mr. Bradley at Princeton.
Well, when Brad Daugherty was talking about Michael Jordan hitting his head on the backboard, my immediate thought was of David Thompson. He probably cut his chin on the top of the backboard somewhere. Great block inside by Battier. He comes up with a huge defensive play.
He leads them in block shots. Get it to Boozer inside.
Boozer has it, kicked back to Williams. Spins out.
Carlos should have taken that ball right to the basket, drop step, and attack the goal.
Grundy playing with the 4 fouls. Gets a screen from Kelly. 5:04 and counting from Cameron Indoor. Wilkins really poised for a freshman. Kelly, he's gotten too many easy shots from the lane. Got another one there.
I can't understand that, Mike, how he's getting so wide open, and he's shown all night long he can make that shot. No one really putting a hand in his face.
Kelly has 17 points, which matches his season high. Battier looking for Carrawell. Got him with a reverse.
What a nice combination.
The two veterans taking over.
Stabilizers, Battier and Carrawell making the play. Down the stretch, they're struggling, they're behind, and they step up like P.T. Pierce.
Now the pressure will fall on NC State with a crowd going nuts. Gainey tied up, jump ball.
Oh, that's where you get penalized. Throw it up, toss it up. Great defensive play by Jason Williams, but the arrow goes the other way. There's the change of direction. Now look at Jason. He's going to step in. He gets all ball on Justin Gainey.
That's tremendous defense.
Yes, it is.
You know, they almost got this rule right last year when they got rid of this silly alternate possession thing. And then they wouldn't carry through with it, and they went back to the old system.
Oh, look.
Thornton on the jam.
Oh, what a breakdown by Duke defensively. Nobody's seen the basketball or a man on the floor. Lack of effort on the defensive end, and they get a layup.
Mike Krzyzewski will not like that one.
But I'll review that tomorrow.
Carrawell lost the dribble.
This is getting danger time right now for Duke, Mike. These kids really believe, you can see in their swagger, that they can win here.
North Carolina State came in here asking no quarter. They've certainly given none.
Oh, take a look at Thornton. He just steps out. Nobody sees the ball, sees the man. No communication. Special situations come up big for NC State.
72-69 Wolfpack. 3:50 to go. Loose ball, Dunleavy. 3-on-1. Carrawell. He's fouled.
Good guy to get the basketball because he normally finishes the play. There are a lot of guys who get out in transition, can't finish the play.
4 on Kenny Inge, and the advantage that Duke normally has going down the stretch is that all of them are excellent free throw shooters.
Hey, Brad, I want to ask you this. A lot of people earlier this year didn't think Chris Carrawell could play at the next level. Having been there yourself and been a star there, how do you evaluate his game?
Oh, Dick, if I have a pro basketball team, I want a guy like Chris Carrawell on my team. I would love to play with Chris Carrawell. He's so aggressive, he attacks the basket, and he's a very smart basketball player. There's plenty of room for him in the NBA. That's not a worry.
Brad, he's hit 8 out of 10 at the line and has 22 points tonight. He can make this a one-point game with this one. And
he also defends well, Mike, against Florida State. Florida State played its best game, half game of the year, and was up a deuce. And in that game, he held Ron Hale, who's so underrated, to 1 for 7.
Misses the second shot. Contact, no whistle. Gainey, look out! Knocked out of bounds by the Blue Devils. 3:34 left. NC State trying to spring a huge upset.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Toyota Trucks, unbreakable every day.
3 minutes, 34 seconds to go in this game. The Duke Blue Devils have not lost a game at home in over 3 years. January 11th, 1997. They are down by 2 to NC State. If the Wolfpack can win tonight, it would put them in a tie for first place. They'd be even with Duke with 1 game in the loss column.
I'll tell you, Mike, win or lose, I'm just telling you off the air, there's no doubt in my mind that this year, this club will be part of the 64 dance. They're an NCAA basketball team, North Carolina State. They got balance, they got size, they got toughness. They are going to have an outstanding year.
Well, this is certainly the ultimate test, beating Duke at Duke, because nobody else does it. Good handle. Gainey, nice head fake to get free. Kicks it out to Grundy. Left all alone. He missed.
He created the opening for Grundy with that head fake. Now you talk about coming to the end of the game. This has got to be Battier, basically, and Carrawell time.
Every possession gets big. The foul will be on Gainey.
And the free throw line gets bigger and bigger as we go here late in the game. 3:15 on the clock.
And now they're in the double bonus situation. That was the 10th team foul on NC State.
Jason Williams, certainly a really outstanding diaper dandy. From day one, he's been handed the basketball and been told you're going to play like 35 minutes every night in a winning program. The same with Jason Gardner at Arizona. These kids are not just stepping in getting experience, it's winning experience.
And you got to like him. When he first got here, they said, you're going to be under a lot of pressure. And he said, I like pressure.
Yeah, he loves it. You could see the look in his eye. The same with Gardner down at Arizona. They really welcomed the challenge.
Williams with only 5 points tonight. His 6th could tie it. Missed again. Duke has missed some big free throws in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, they have not shot the ball well from the perimeter, but a lot of that I attribute to the perimeter defense by North Carolina State. Now here it comes down to game execution, important.
Battier went for the steal. Boozer gets the block, but Thornton got it back. Now they're on the floor. Chip ball situation.
Point for the possession goes to Duke this time.
And the possession now on the same side of the court that we are, so normally we can see it right away, but we have to wait.
I tried to memorize it, though, from last time, Mike, as we see the rotation over. And there's the block shot. Now they dive to the floor. Everybody scrapping and clawing. Hey, it's a loose ball. Here we go. And we see the rotation over there. There's Boozer coming over with the help.
Some block. Because Thornton takes it up with authority.
Yes, he really does. He's got a strong body, experience, very physical, and tough. See, right now, I'd get Boozer a little handle inside. They haven't shown me they can handle him when he gets the ball in deep.
Battier left alone for 3. Rebound to Boozer.
Take it off. Take it off.
Against Kelly, and the foul on Kelly.
I really love Carlos Boozer's game. It's getting better and better. I saw him at Sonny Vacara's All-Star game, the Adidas All-American game, the Magic game, and he showed there that he was really a star among all the super young players.
4 on Kelly. So Boozer will go to the line for a pair.
It's amazing seeing so many young kids come right out of a high school uniform and be able to dazzle. Michigan's got 3 right now. Lavelle Blanchard, certainly a big-time star.
And the pressure is on these kids because of players leaving early. Boozer is at 7 out of 8 tonight, 17 points. Ties it at 72.
Got that nice stroke. Beautiful mom and dad. I met his family. Just beautiful people. You can see it's reflected by his attitude. In and out.
3 times in a row they missed the second half with 2-shot opportunities. That's not like Duke.
Put a lot of pressure on Duke right now. You get a score in this possession. Remember, people, 43 in a row. That's big at home. The second longest winning streak in America to the Utah.
Kelly. Oh, and a rare miss for Kelly. He's been deadly this game.
A little air ball right there. And he has been superb on the inside.
Williams with a long 3. Return air ball.
Not really a kind of shot you wanted. He was way behind the arc.
That looked like one of those shots where he made up his mind in advance he was going to take it when he got down.
Yeah, really bad shot right there. We had a bad shot last night at the end of the game. Florida against Tennessee by a freshman, Brett Nelson, who just panicked at the end.
2:09 and counting. Mike Patrick, Dick Vitale, Brad Daugherty, our entire ESPN crew. Glad you could join us for a great game from Cameron Indoor. It's a tough pass for Wilkins to handle, and he's double-teamed and has to call a timeout.
It has really been one heck of a basketball game. A lot of good, solid defense. Excellent job of penetrating.
NC State will have only 1 timeout left. ABC's NCAA basketball presented by Payne Wiber tips off Saturday with 3 teams from the top 25. 1 Eastern, Florida State against number 21 North Carolina. Then 8th-ranked Kansas will face Missouri. Check out your local listings for the games in your area. Then at 3 o'clock on the West Coast, number 3 Stanford against the California Golden Bears. ABC Sports this Saturday. For more on college basketball, log on to ESPN.com. Part of the Go Network, go.com.
Take a look at the foul
Thornton, Grundy, Kelly, and Inge all with 4. 3 of those guys are starters.
That could spell trouble if this game were to go to overtime. So they want to get out of here with a W in regulation.
Well, you said 2 overtime.
Well, I'll take 3 tonight. I'll take 3. Got nowhere to go. It's early. We're going to stick around, Mike.
That's right. It's not even 9 o'clock Eastern yet.
Exactly.
Each possession becomes so huge here. Grundy, what a shot!
Is that a big-time shot? Spinning in the lane. He's showing now that he wants to be their special player. He showed it against Wake with 30. What a big basket.
He has 11 tonight, the lead 2 for the Wolfpack.
And they're jumping all over Raleigh, North Carolina. But don't jump too soon. There's a lot of time yet.
Carrawell, nice double team. He forced the shot up, a senior mistake.
And Wilkins with a good rebound. And now they got to manage the clock, protect the basketball.
When they went for the double team, somebody had to be open, and he didn't see it.
Trying to get that good space in, spreading out on the court, taking time off that clock.
Can NC State do it? Duke, 43 in a row at home. 26 ACC games in a row.
Got to watch the 5-second count if you're 6 feet away from the offensive player with the ball.
Shot clock's at 5, and he turned it over. Palmed the basketball.
And that's really a rarity for the experienced senior who has more experience than anyone in the ACC with the exception of Ed Cota.
That is the trouble, Dick, when you get under 10 on that shot clock and you have initiated your offense so far out, sometimes guys really have to gamble in order to get any kind of a shot.
They start panicking. They
exactly.
Get the panic.
Wake and Maryland coming up next. Dave Simpson, Dan Bonner standing by at Cole Fieldhouse. We talked about the North Carolina State having the new arena. They're working on Maryland's new arena.
Exactly. Right now we get down to a situation where Duke has got to get a good possession here and watch the offensive rebound. So many times we've seen the offensive rebound become so big. We saw it last night in a game, Brad Nessler and I, in that Florida-Tennessee game. They don't want to do it right now here.
No, sir.
They want to put a little innovations like get some air conditioning.
This place seats 9,314. It's the toughest ticket on the face of the earth. But don't change it.
They're thinking about making some changes. All right, here we go, Mike. Right down the stretch. 43, baby, on the road. 26 in a row in the ACC. Boozer.
A little weave outside. Carrawell tripped on the way down the lane, and they're going to call the foul on Thornton. That'll be 5 on Thornton.
Yeah, he's bye-bye right now.
So they lose to 6'8" junior.
We're going to see Carrawell now attack the basket. He knows Thornton's got 4 fouls on him. He gets tripped.
Well, that's not much of a foul on Thornton.
Not really. Now we get down to free throw shooting. Really big. And this kid here has been clutch throughout his career. He was big last year in a game that looked like it was getting away from them against St. John's down the stretch on the free throw line. They're freezing him a little bit, taking some time. He's thinking about it, but he's experienced. He's been there. He's played in so many big games.
He's hit 8 out of 11, 22 points. This is the 8th time this season he scored 20 or more. The 3rd leading scorer in the ACC at 17-1, and these are huge.
You want to protect your home turf. You don't want to lose whenever you're competing to win a championship in a league. And Duke's won 6 of them in the 90s in a regular season.
Missed the first. Boy, they've missed some big free throws. They've hit 3 out of 7 in the last 4 minutes. Dick, if they shoot the way they normally do, it's tied or they have the lead.
And they're the best free throw shooting team in the conference, 75% for the year.
And you don't see teams shooting 75%.
Not today. And here comes full court pressure. They got
1-point game.
Carrawell matched up now with Grundy. He's versatile, can play a lot of people, can play inside people, perimeter people.
There's a 16-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Grundy got inside. Shot won't go for him. Duke has the ball and a chance to win.
And Carrawell did a great job defensively on Grundy. His size bothered him on that shot. Now here we go.
Will Mike Krzyzewski take a timeout? Carrawell down the lane.
Don't need the timeout. You got Carrawell, baby. Oh, here we go. He wants a timeout. Get the timeout. Herb wants the timeout.
Marshall Williams gets the ball into the front court and will take the timeout with 18 seconds to go in the game. Duke by 1.
This is fantastic. And then people wonder why I get so excited. I mean, it's unbelievable. You make your living seeing games like last night and tonight, tomorrow, Michigan State and Ohio State. Right now, watch the offensive rebound because they really attack the glass if they miss the shot.
All right, keep in mind they are without Thornton, one of their best rebounders. He has just fouled out of the ball game.
Kenny Inge, though, can climb the glass with the best of them.
Of course, you get excited when you wake up in the morning and find a hair on the pillow, you know?
I'm even excited on our meeting this morning, and I walked in tired with 3 hours sleep.
Matter of fact, you get excited at more things than anybody I've ever met.
That's the way I try to attack life. Always look at the glass half filled rather than half empty.
If there is a held ball, North Carolina State has the possession error.
Here we go, baby. Will that winning streak come to an end? Call all your friends up. Tune in, baby. The Dukies could be in trouble. 18 ticks on the clock, and they're up 1.
75-74. Miller is in, the great outside shooter.
Here we
go.
Here we go, Mike. Here we go.
Gainey lost his balance, goes down, has to call a timeout with 9.8 left.
Sean Miller wanted a foul. Sean Miller wanted a foul.
And Duke wanted to travel. No, they don't have a timeout.
They have no timeouts. That's what he was waving. That's a technical.
Yes, it is.
That's a technical.
And that means Duke will shoot 2 and get the basketball. Are you kidding?
Reminiscent of, yes, North Carolina and Michigan.
The Chris Webber play.
He made
and what a terrible break for Justin Gainey.
Yes, sir. An experienced player, a kid that really, such a bright kid. Lost. See, coach's responsibility. They got to be accountable, letting their players know at every moment how many timeouts. I'm sure they told him in the previous possession, but sometimes guys don't listen.
Well, you tend to panic. In a situation like this where you get down on the floor, the one thing you're thinking of, you normally call timeout.
Yeah, you react, Dan.
So it is a technical foul. Keep in mind that Duke has not shot free throws very well at all down the stretch. They get 2 here, and then they get the basketball.
The big thing is they get the basketball with the lead. I can guarantee you that during the previous timeout, they talked about timeouts. Herb Sendek is that prepared as a coach, but sometimes players just don't listen.
Sure. Dick, if North Carolina State loses this game because of this, it will really leave a sour taste in their mouth because they played so well all night.
Oh, they played brilliantly, but they can also leave knowing they are really a legitimate team. There's no doubt about, to me, I've seen a lot of clubs. They're a top 20 basketball team.
Right now, the streak is alive. Battier, 2 for 2 at the line, the best shooter in the ACC.
Sean Miller, see from up here, I thought he was screaming about a foul, but he was screaming about, no, we have no timeouts. We have no timeouts.
This would make it a 3-point lead. Remember, they get the ball. Got it. Battier applauds the break. A 3-point lead. Duke will get the ball, and NC State has to foul, which will send them back to the line for 2 more, unless they can make the steal.
You got to try to make that steal really hard. You got to pressure, play the passing lane, and if you don't, you got to foul immediately.
Carrawell has to get it in. Dunleavy, and he's fouled.
And he's
9.6 left. Yes, Dunleavy is a good shooter. They can't send anybody out there who isn't a good shooter.
What a heartbreaking loss for these kids from North Carolina State who came here with a purpose, who came here as a team and really exerted a great effort. And I really hope for Justin Gainey that he doesn't allow this to tear him up inside, because the bottom line is the kid's been a solid player for 4 years in an NC State uniform.
We'll get you to Wake Forest, Maryland as soon as we're done here. Maryland with an early 10-point lead in that ball game.
Oh, you can feel the pain he's feeling right there.
Absolutely. My heart goes out to him right now.
Because he plays his heart out. He plays so hard. He gives everything he has. You know, you talked about Wojciechowski getting the most out of his ability. I would utilize that same statement for Justin Gainey.
And Grundy just fouled out of the ball game, and now Dunleavy going to the line for the first time tonight, coming into the game shooting 74-4. He can virtually ice it with 1 out of 2.
Makes 1 out of 2. We got a 2-possession game. And when 9 ticks, that's not going to get over.
That's pretty cool there, isn't it?
It's academic. The bus driver just ran outside. He's warming up that engine. Getting ready for the journey down to Raleigh. And they can take with them a tremendous effort tonight. Herb Sendek's got to be proud of the effort of his kids, but moral victories are not part of his vocabulary.
5-point lead. They'll try to get it to Miller, presumably, if they can get him the basketball. This is Tip. Duke playing a lot of defense. Right down the lane goes Williams. He'll make the bucket. They cannot call a timeout. 3.3 left. North Carolina State gets the ball back. They are still alive.
And the bus driver just ran back. He just ran back. He turned the engine off.
He just wrecked the bus.
Oh, wow.
Now will they run a play for Miller?
He can shoot the 3.
And now Duke will call a timeout. Holy cow.
See, in my situation, and I know when Jimmy Valvano, he felt the same way. I wouldn't allow him to shoot the 3. When under 5 seconds on the clock, you make him go to the line. People say, well, suppose he misses and you grab the rebound. If you can't grab the basketball, or if he converts and take it out and get the ball inbounds, you don't deserve. There's too many things have to happen to get beat if the kid goes to the foul line. I wouldn't let him get a look at a 3, Mike.
Miller has hit 1 out of 2 3-point shots tonight.
Yeah, see, I would foul. That's what he's saying. Foul him. Don't allow him. See what he's saying? Foul him. Don't allow him to shoot the 3. There's less than 5 seconds. Why would you? The 3 is too high percentage of a shot.
Well, that was also before the timeout.
Yeah.
Because he thought they were going to inbound the ball right away. They can give a foul. It would be the 7th that would put them to the line for the 1-1. Wilkins will inbound.
I'll tell you, what a gutty bunch of kids from North Carolina State. They really are. They're going to have a
Miller around a double screen, and they saw him coming, so they'll get it to Gainey. He's double teamed, and he fouled! Oh, my goodness, he nearly made it! They had 2 guys swarming on top of him, and now he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Oh, is he giving him 3 free throws out there?
Well, he was 2 miles past the line, I believe.
Yeah, but I think he might have gotten a call like we're so far away before he let the shot go up. Let's see what he's giving him out here. We can't tell up here.
Well, they didn't say 1 and 1, so it's got to be 3.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
First time to the line for Gainey.
You don't foul a kid in the act of shooting the ball.
Oh, he missed the second one. A chance for redemption for Gainey. And now the only thing he can do is try to miss with 0.8 of a second left. And now this timing is special, Dick. You've got to put the ball up as soon as it touches your hand.
Exactly. And you got to block out. But let me tell you this, Mike. When you talk about fouling, we're not talking about fouling the shooter in the act of shooting. I mean, that doesn't make any intelligence at all. I am shocked with Duke in that situation.
He missed it. Did they get it in time? They did.
Basket. Count the basket.
It's tied at 79.
The offensive rebound. Unbelievable.
Marshall Williams, the 6'4" freshman, went down the lane unmolested.
We wanted overtime. We got overtime. Brad, what about this baby now down the stretch?
Mike Krzyzewski can't believe it.
Is Brad down there? Brad, what about this right now, this finish? I guess we can't get Brad. He's lost to the camera.
I can't imagine he could hear anything.
What chaos at the end. Now here it is. There's a block out by Boozer. And there comes Marshall Williams right down the gut. And he converts. Good call by the official. He got it off, Mike. He got it off in time. The horn didn't go. The buzzer didn't go.
All right, here's the shot clock.
I believe he got it off in time. We're going to watch it.
Oh, I don't know, Dick. That is so close.
But remember, 0-0 doesn't end the game. It is the buzzer. It is the horn. It is the horn, and there's a red light up on top. It is close. What a finish. Chaotic at the end. I can't emphasize enough. I cannot believe Duke fouled on a three-point attempt. But you got to give Gainey credit for making the shot attempt.
Absolutely. And if you're going to double team him and foul him, you might as well make sure he doesn't have a chance to get that and foul him before he shoots.
Exactly, Mike. Exactly. Not in the attempt of shooting.
Each team will get an additional timeout in overtime. So North Carolina State is back in business for timeouts.
Not a smart finish by Duke. Duke really, so many times we've seen them play with their heads, play intelligent basketball at the end, did not hear.
And a good job by Gainey to get that shot up, which he's trying to miss, and hit the rim and have it kick out so one of his teammates has got a chance.
And he redeems himself a little bit for the timeout. Good guys get a break, and he got a break.
5 minutes more, tied at 79 at Cameron Indoor. Free basketball for you from the ACC.
And remember, NC State really now playing short-handed. Thornton out of the game, Grundy out of the game.
Jason Williams will bring it up against Gainey.
Duke's been in 2 OTs. They beat Virginia in overtime. They lost to Stanford in OT.
Williams short on that one, then makes the steal, tosses it in bounds. And they're going to say that ball went off NC State. I thought it bounced off Boozer.
Yeah, it looked like it did hit Boozer, but Duke gets a break there. From up here, it looked like it hit Boozer. Well, no, it gets
then it hit Williams after it hit Boozer.
Williams got a great offensive rebound.
Carrawell wheels into the lane. Missed the shot. And then commits the foul.
I can't say enough about the effort of these kids. I've seen so many teams succumb to the Cameron Crazies, to the Duke basketball team, the pressure they face. These guys have not backed away one iota here.
And in 2 situations where you really had to leave them for dead after the timeout call that they didn't have, they still make a huge steal, get back in the ballgame after a basket, missed the second of 3 free throws that could have tied it, and then get a follow. And you get the feeling that Marshall Williams, even though he's a 57% free throw shooter, is not going to miss this. He is the guy who got the follow at the buzzer to send it into overtime.
Well, they told me how much they like his potential. Hey, Brad, what about the finish down the end? Fouling. Unbelievable. Fouling a 3-point shot.
Incredible, Dick. Marshall Williams did a great job of stepping in, being assertive. This young basketball team from North Carolina State will not go away. Very good game. They're showing a lot of composure tonight.
Maryland off to an early sensational run. They're up 20-2. Here's another double team. Battier followed by Carrawell. Got the lowest ball. Duke got a break there.
Carrawell only seems to come up with the loose ball. Whenever it's on a deck, he has a nerve to find the basketball. As Gainey and Williams going at it all night long. Little Lionel Richie all night long. Here they are.
Tied at 81. Wilkins against Dunleavy. Pretty good physical matchup for Wilkins. He leans in, and it's a charge.
Well, you called it, Mike. He leaned in with his body, and that created the charging situation.
Well, you know Dunleavy's going to go flying if he gets hit.
Now, here goes, yeah. Look at that body. There's the head fake, and now he leans in. Dunleavy goes flying, and here it is, the call.
Well, once you lower the shoulder, you have no chance. These officials are too good. They're going to make that call.
We said it was going to be tough, that Duke's going to have to earn winning 44. And, baby, they are really going to have to earn it to go to that locker room with a W.
Whoever wins it tonight will have earned it. Battier to Dunleavy. Got it back. Goes baseline. Great pass to Boozer.
Great look by Shea Battier. There's another part of his game, the intangibles. He spots the double up. He sees his teammate open in the lane, and he gives it up.
Always has his head up, always looking for someone. Duke by 2.
Same thing on the defensive end. He's always playing a team defensive game. He's in the lane, always looking to give help. NC State playing really short-handed as you look at the field goals.
Kelly blocked by Boozer, the rebound to Williams. Well, Duke coming out with a little more fire in its belly in overtime.
Well, they got the little advantage, Mike. They're really playing short-handed without Thornton and Grundy. And Duke's at home. Boozer wants the ball inside. He's effective around here.
Against Kelly, he got it.
He's effective. He's a star. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be a star at Duke. Not there yet, but he will become one.
85-81. Herb Sendek only has one timeout in overtime. One more bucket, he may have to use it.
Yeah, you get one extra timeout during the overtime, and he needed it because they didn't have any left, that regulation.
Williams.
He's trying to set a screen, the ball screen up here for Gainey.
Duke really putting on pressure defensively. Bank shot, no good. Rebound to Wilkins.
He is a talented offensive rebounder. Bob Gibbons is on the money in reviewing this kid's ability to rebound.
Really has a sense for the game. Blocked! What a play, Dunleavy, that he calls timeout.
What a tremendous play by Mr. Dunleavy. Oh, his daddy's going to be proud. He's saying, that's my guy. That's my little boy. He used to hang around the gym with me when I coached. There he is with the block. Oh.
Came out on Gainey, makes the block, calls the timeout. Oh. Sensational for Dunleavy.
Wow. Wow.
Wake really with a split personality. They can look so good one game and then turn around and it just doesn't work.
I think Maryland's playing with a state of urgency right now. 0-3 in the conference. As you see here, the reset.
NC State with the possession arrow. Duke has still only committed 18 fouls here in the second half. Leads by 4. And the Blue Devils have the ball with 2:03 to go.
Have no timeouts. Two important guys sitting on the sideline. Grundy and Thornton fouled out of the game. So they're playing short-handed right now, NC State.
Battier going for the home run to Boozer, and he bounced it off his foot. He looked to see who was coming and dribbled the ball off of his foot.
And how big would that be? I mean, you're looking right now a 6-point lead instead of 4. He lost vision of the basketball, so he caught it. He thought he had the layup. Was thinking about the layup too soon.
Cornelius Williams, the 6'11" defender, was coming from behind. This is Gainey. Dangerous pass. Wilkins leans in. Short. Williams with a rebound. Lost it.
Spread the court now and use some clock.
Nice screen by Battier.
He does all the intangibles. I'll tell you, he's just a solid team player.
1:30 to go in the ball game. Duke by 4. We are in overtime. Dare I say the first overtime.
Now they're going to execute their foul line extended offense, trying to get people away from the help side, creating opportunities for some back cuts.
It's a reach-in foul on Gainey. It's his 3rd. Duke will shoot 2.
Mike Krzyzewski said, hey, it's got to be a lot easier than this. I mean, it's got to be a lot easier than this. But not with a bunch of young players like they have. But they always seem to find a way now, Mike, to go back to the locker room with the double. What a way to learn how to play. Win and learn.
Carrawell now with 28 points. Matches his career high Here comes Archie Miller in the ball game, the long-range shooter. They may need threes here in a hurry. And Carrawell has played every minute of this ball game.
He's just an Iron Man, just a tough kid. Comes to play, puts that uniform on with a sense of pride, and just a great hustling kind of scrappy kid. A guy that really helps other people learn how to win because his attitude becomes contagious to everyone.
The lead is 5. Wilkins. Oh, what a great move to get free. Out to Miller. Got it for 3.
And that's Miller time, and that was his specialty before he got hurt. Not shot the ball well this year, but he really came back from a tough injury, that back surgery.
Duke by 2. Do you see second overtime written on this?
Oh, why not? Let's go. We said we wanted 3. We said all night they wouldn't go away, and they made us look like prophets.
Shot clock at 13. Duke is up by 2. Williams.
Got numbers. Got
Battier. Boozer. What a pass by Battier, who has 4 assists in overtime.
I'll tell you, great pass by Battier. The one about Boozer holding position and having the hands to be able to convert.
Carrawell is now on Miller if they want to go for the 3 again.
He takes the biggest challenge all the time. He knows they want to shoot the 3. Now look at him. Look at the big guy playing the little kid. I mean, look at this right here. You got Carrawell playing the little guy, so he's going to beat him with the dribble.
Miller down the lane. Great dish to Inge. Holy cow, what a play.
Miller says, I'm not going to get the 3 off with Carrawell, but I'm going to beat him with dribble penetration and create an opportunity.
That is such a smart play.
I want to go to the locker room and shake the hands, not only of the victors, but whoever loses this game, Mike. They have just put on an unbelievable effort here tonight for the fans, for everybody watching. Just a tremendous effort. A lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm.
And Dick, you were absolutely right about Miller. They couldn't work enough screens to get him that wide open shot. He knew he couldn't get it over Carrawell, so he had to drive on.
College basketball, the jersey still says Duke and NC State, and that makes it exciting. There's Carrawell. There's the catch by Boozer, the good entry by Battier. He has great hands, Boozer. Great hands.
13.1 seconds left.
Is this fun?
Oh, this is wonderful.
Now, I know you can do all that football, man, but this is fun.
This is just wonderful. Battier, he has played every minute tonight, a career high. He has 10 assists, 4 of them coming in overtime.
Well, they wear down at the end of the year. That's the only thing. I mean, these kids are playing unbelievable tough minutes. I know most kids want PT playing time. They're getting it.
They inbound the foul immediately with 12.1. And they're smart enough to get the ball to Carrawell.
Well, this guy's smart enough. He was a 3.96 student, industrial management major at Carnegie Mellon, one of the great institutions in America.
Yeah, Carnegie Mellon is not a place you just show up and take a few classes.
I couldn't get in there, I can tell you that. I couldn't spell Carnegie.
You couldn't get into just Mellon.
I couldn't get into right. I couldn't spell Mellon either.
Maryland is just hammering Wake early. We'll get you up there as soon as this one is over, but it may take a while. Carrawell can make it a 2-possession lead with both shots. Hits the first.
Another big night for Carrawell. Had a big one against Maryland, a big one against Virginia. You almost expect every night for him to be big.
29 points, a new career high for Carrawell. 11 out of 16. This one is huge. This makes it a 2-possession game.
And there it is.
90-86.
Some reason you feel something miraculous is going to happen.
Miller. Nice drive, nice dish. 4.8 left, a 2-point lead. They get it in, and the foul, Nate James with the basketball, and they foul him 4.2. Boy, Miller has made 2 enormous plays, not shooting in overtime.
Well, he made the big 3, and then he made 2 penetration moves, showed his ability to handle the basketball and attack the goal. He had that unfortunate injury that really slowed down his career. As you look at Anthony Grundy sitting on that sideline, looks like he's playing with a contact.
All right, neither team has a timeout here. 4.2 left. 3 out of 3 for the line for James tonight.
He's got to make these free throws. I mean, this game is not over. You've seen one miraculous play after another to blind out another.
Yeah, I don't think Duke fans would be comfortable if he only makes 1. And they'll be terribly uncomfortable as he makes the first, if he missed the first.
Yes, sir. Now, this is the game right here, Mike. This is Lock City, USA, if he converts, and they go up to 44 in a row, and they tie NC State with 27 in a row in the ACC if he converts this free throw. My friend,
had the bus driver out here a half an hour ago.
I know, he came back, though. I saw him run back. I mean, it was unbelievable how poorly Duke played at the end of that regulation.
4.2 seconds in overtime. James hits them both. Now NC State truly needs a miracle. And they're going to stay away from Miller. If he wants to shoot the three, they'll let him. He goes down the lane. That's it.
They won the game, and I'll tell you this. You got to credit Duke as well as the great effort by NC State, because a lot of teams would have fouled it as well, even at home. But Duke stayed there and met the challenge.
North Carolina State came in here with its best team in 11 years and gave Duke everything it had. That last bucket will not count by Miller after the buzzer. What a game. Tonight's final, Duke 92-88 over North Carolina State. Wake Forest and Maryland next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Dick Vitale, Brad Doherty, this is Mike Patrick. Let's go to Rich Eisen. Rich.